Yeah, yes, you can start recording now. Okay. So far, just from what Sonia just presented now, Sonia just presented the art of planning to us on chapter 2. And you will agree with me that when we're talking about the book and when we did the presentation in it was the first week or the second week, that was our first presentation. There was something that George S. Patton said. He said, a good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. A good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. Before the class, before we started the class this morning, I had an 8:30 meeting with someone, and the person was actually asking me that, oh, I've got three working group, and those three working groups, she's trying to say, okay, how can she create a plan for them? And creating the plan for them, she's created something, but the working groups leads, they are not interested in using the plan. And I told her straight, you know what, it's not new to you. I mean, it's not a new thing and shouldn't be strange. Project managers don't like creating plans. If there's one thing project managers doesn't like, it is creating plans, because they believe that plan will expose them, and also plan will micromanage whatever they are doing. So they always avoid creating plans. And for myself, I've worked as a planner, I've worked as a PMO lead and all that. And when I worked as a planner and you're telling you're telling project managers that, you know, we need to do this, or you're telling program managers we need to create a plan and all that, they will tell you, you know, I've got this plan I've got this plan in my head. I've got the plan in my head. Don't worry, we know what we are doing. My team, they know exactly what they are doing. We will crack on and we will deliver this project. And you're telling them that no, that is not it. We need to sit down. We need to talk about what exactly do we want to do. And that's exactly what George Patton was saying in here, that a good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. So if you're telling me you have a perfect plan tomorrow, no, let us sit down. And that is why I'm taking this class as a project manager or as a PMO person, to get you into that heart of planning and to tell you the benefit of planning, and also to tell you how best can you plan. And in the IT world, for some of you that are in engineering or construction, you might be hearing some other tools like Primavera P6. You might be hearing tools like Asta Power Project. Okay, you might be hearing all of that. But today, I will limit my planning to just two tools. Okay, so for the next 3 weekends, for the next 3 Thursdays, I will limit myself to just three tools. But I'm trying my best to include one more tools to that. So we'll do MS Project, we'll do ClickUp, and I'm trying my best to include Smartsheet into that. I'm still trying to get to have a paid license, to pay for the license of Smartsheet. I'm looking for an affordable one so that I can use that to train you, because these are now the tools that is expected of a project manager, basically, especially MS Project. Some other organizations are now using ClickUp, and a lot of organizations are using Smartsheet. We have other tools. So I'm not just limited. I'm not just saying that these are the only three tools. We have other tools. We have tools like Monday.com. Most of you will see Monday.com on YouTube almost every time when you open YouTube. You will see Monday.com. You will see tools like Primavera P6, like I spoke about. You will see tools like Asta Power Project. You will see tools like Trello. You will see Trello to use. And so these are other tools that you can use for planning. If you Google planning tools, you will see loads of them. And trust me, there are things you can learn by just learning the basics. Okay, and that's exactly what we'll be doing with some of these tools today. I mean, this next 3 weeks, we'll just be learning the basics. I can't go into detail of some of these tools because that's a 5-day course entirely. To do MS Project proper, it's a 5-day course. Okay, to do Smartsheet proper, it's a 5-day course. To do ClickUp, maybe 2 days to do ClickUp and all that. Also, you can use Jira for planning. You can also use Jira to do planning sometimes. Okay, so when we talk about planning, when we talk about project planning, what exactly are we talking about? Okay, here, a project is a collection of tasks. You will agree with me. Our project is always a collection of tasks, because like our project that we're working on, our pseudo project, which is a deployment of MX Dynamics, to Blue Sky Citadel, a legacy concept, a legacy project or a legacy project, you would agree with me, is a combination of work, just like what we've been doing since. We started off by creating the project mandate. After the mandate, we created a project brief. After the project brief, we said we created the RACI, we created an outline business case, and all that. We created our stakeholders management map. We created our risk log last week. We showed us the risk log last week, the issue log. We spoke about assumption logs, constraint log, decisions. We've spoken about change control processes and all of that. You will agree with me that these are all task we've been working on. So it's a collection of different activities for us to be able to deploy what we need to deploy. So that combination of different activities, we now need to bring them together to know how long it would take us to do each of these activities, then how much will it cost us to do this activity or each of those activities. And that is exactly what we call a project plan. So a project plan is telling you that how do you move from point A to the end? What is it going to cost us? Who is doing what? So bringing all of that together is what we call our project plan. So if you find yourself in the US or Canada, you'll be hearing project schedule or project schedule. That's what you'll be hearing. But if you're in the UK, you'll be hearing project plan, project plan, project plan. Okay, we are saying almost the same thing. Okay, we're saying almost the same. There is an argument that people are saying that a project plan is just list of activities. A lot of people have said, a lot of project managers or project management articles have said, a project plan is just series of activities. A project schedule is series of activities with the duration and with the resources attached to it. So a full plan is what they call project schedule. That's some articles and all that. But for the sake of this particular class, okay, we will call it project plan. And I might be interchanging project plan with project schedule. I'm talking about the same thing for the sake of this class, okay? So what exactly is the objectives of a project plan? Completing the project as early as possible. When you have a project plan, you can see, okay, where are we starting from? Where are we going? What are the impediments? Or what are the risks attached to this particular plan that we need to eliminate as we proceed? What exactly do we need to do? So you will see all of these will be determined at the early start and the finish of the activity, so we can actually tell if this plan is realistic or not. Will it get us to where we want to go to? We can say, no, at the middle of this plan, there is a particular issue that we need to fix. So the moment we have that plan, it will definitely help us to complete our project as early as possible. And like I said, the risk involved, calculating the likelihood the project will be completed within a certain time and period. So we can now see what exactly is the likelihood that this particular project will be completed at this point in time. Then finding the minimum cost schedule needed to complete the project by a certain date. Okay, so you will agree with me that we can say, you know what, to go from point A to B is going to take us 10 days and it's going to cost us £100. Okay, what if we want to compress this particular 10 days into 5 days? Is it going to cost us more? We can say yes, because the plan is effort driven. If we put more money into it, if we put £500 into it, we can actually deliver in 5 days. That's what that point is saying. That is what the plan can allow us to determine. So the plan can allow us to determine how early or how best we can deploy this particular project by adding more effort or adding more people to the project. That is if it is effort driven. I give you a typical example. This particular training is anchored by myself, okay? And we started since when? May, I think. We started since May, and this is July. And we said it's going to take us 3 months. Let me ask you one question. Do you think if we have 2 trainers or if we have 4 trainers, do we think the project will move from 3 months to 1 month?
Yeah.
Okay, Temilor say yes.
No.
Okay. So, Sonia, is that Sonia or Funke?
No, it's Sonia.
Sonia said no. Okay. And you respond.
Yeah, I really don't think so. No.
You will go with no, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who else?
Yeah, I'll say yes, but then will the students benefit from it within that 1 month? So it's a no for me as well.
Okay, Catherine said a no. Now, okay, do you think that this particular project or this particular class is effort driven? Is it that if we had it, let me give you an example. Let's assume we want to clean up a stadium. Okay, we want to clean up a stadium, and we're saying that, oh, it's only Miracle that will clean up the stadium. If we're saying it's Miracle that will clean up the stadium, how long will it take Miracle? 1 month to clean up the stadium. If we had 100 people to that, how long will it take them? 5 hours. Does that make any sense? Because that particular task is what? Effort driven. I'm the trainer on this course. So if we had 3 more trainers to that, what impact would that make on the project? None, because we meet 9 to 11 every day. Does that make any sense? Except if we have other training slots that we not want those trainers to fill up, then we can now say, okay, with that, the training can be compressed into 1 month because we now have more trainers. Does that make any sense? So this particular task is not an effort-driven task. So these are things you want to start thinking about as a project manager, as a PMO person, whenever you're speaking to your team in developing your plan. Okay? Good. Exactly more time will be required. Okay. So project planning quick steps. Okay. Project planning quick steps. The first thing you need to do is develop the list of project activities. We will talk about that very soon. Sequence that activities of project activity the list of project activities, determine the relationship between them, establish the duration for each of those activities, determine the project duration, the start and the completion date. What are we talking about here? When you have your activities or when you have a project to do, let's pick up a project to say, you know what, we want to cook rice. Okay, we want to cook rice. That's the task tonight. That's our task tonight. I think everybody here can cook rice. Okay, or let's say boil water, since we have. All right, cook rice. What are the key activities? What are the key activities we need to do in order for us to cook rice? You can type. Let's type activities you think you need in order to cook rice. I'll start. Oh, I sent it as a private message. Sorry. Okay. Wash rice. Thank you. Wash the rice. Okay. Buy rice. Wash the rice. Okay. Get water. That's what Temiloran wants to say. Get water. Don't forget, I said what are the activities we need to do? What are the activities? So an activity is a verb. So get it to verb for me. Yeah. Boil the water, get water, boil the water, pour rice in pot. Exactly. Okay. So get out needed utensils. Excellent. Hard salt. Excellent. Guys, all we have done so far, if you look at the list we have in here, okay, if we see all the lists we have in here, you will agree with me that it doesn't follow the sequence. All we have done so far is to list the activities, and that's what the first point is telling us. Develop the list of project activities. So the first thing you want to tell your team to do, and I think I was telling us one of those days, or was it one of the interviews I was doing that I stood up. I did an interview recently, and I was so engrossed with it that I stood up, trying to explain to them using my board and all that. So as a project manager, when you get into the planning stage of your project, or as a PMO person, or as a project planner, or as an ADM, when you get into the project planning stage of your project, you want to get your team together, whether virtually or physical, into a room, and you want to start telling everybody, and the way we normally do this, or the way I normally do this, is to get the post notes for everybody. Get different colors, whether yellow, blue, green, purple, and all of that. Get it for everybody and say, you know what, guys, take this post just like I did to you guys now. It's just like me giving you the post sheet, the post notes to say, you know what, write the activities you think you'll be doing on this particular project. Okay? And don't forget that these are subject matter experts, these are SMEs, these are team members you have on the project. You're telling them, okay, tell us what are the activities you'll be doing on this particular project. Write it down. Everybody is writing everything they believe they will be doing on the project. They are writing it down, they're writing it down, they're writing it down, and you're telling them, okay, the moment you write it down, just paste it on the wall. Just paste it on the wall, just paste it on the wall, just paste it on the wall. And everybody, they will keep on pasting it on the wall. And when they do that, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to develop a list of activities. So at the end of the day, you will see your board with numerous pictures, of what has been posted. Okay. So after you do that, you're now trying to ask everybody, okay, can we come back together now and start sequencing how we think the flow will be? Okay. Sequencing how the flow will be. So I'll pick up Fumi on the call. Fumi, can you look at everybody's list? Okay, the list we have in here, and sequence all of those activities for us.
Okay. I think first things first, we'll buy the rice.
Okay.
After we buy the rice, we wash it.
While Fumi is talking, can I get Todimu to type it out?
Okay, first we buy the rice.
Okay.
We get water. Then we use the water to boil the rice. To wash the rice, sorry.
Okay.
Then we get out the needed utensils, like the pot.
Okay.
After we get the pot, we pour the rice in the pot. Then we get the cooking gas. And lastly, what's that? Then we boil the rice. Like turn on the cooking gas, then boil the rice. I think that's the last thing there.
Excellent. Okay. So with that now, we've got our activity sequenced. Okay. So after we've got our activity sequenced, the next point now says determine the relationships between activities. Okay. Determining the relationship between activities here is telling us, you know what? You know that while we are buying the rice, we can actually start boiling the water. Do you agree with me that both activities can start together? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Or you mean while we are washing the rice, the water can be boiling?
Any which way, you get any which way. We can go and buy while we put the water on the cooker and quickly go and buy the rice and come and wash. Do you get? And get the water and wash. I'm just trying to tell you that there are activities here that we can start together. Okay. Meanwhile, there are other activities here. You know what? One activity must finish. We can't pour the rice into the pot unless we buy the rice. You will agree with me. So that means buy the rice comes first before we can even talk about pour the rice. So you can see that particular sequence is that one activity must finish before another activity can start. Okay, that is exactly what we'll talk about when we talk about determine the relationship between activities. We're talking about links. We'll still talk about that later. Okay. The next to that is now activity duration for each activity. How long is it going to take us to buy rice? How long is it going to take us to get water? How long is it going to take us to wash the rice? How long is it going to take us to get the needed utensils? How long is it going to take us to pour the rice? So combination of all of this will tell us that, you know, our rice will be ready in 1 hour or 30 minutes. Does that make sense? Okay. So as a project manager, as a PMO person, or as a planner, you need to identify all the tasks needed to complete the project. That was what I said. You know what? Sit down with your team and identify all the activities. Now, remember I said all the tasks needed to complete your project. This is where agile delivery is different, and this is where Scrum is different. Okay? And I'm thinking that the last class, I will use the last class to talk about Scrum. I'm still thinking about it, except if you've been taking Scrum in other classes. Okay? So that you will see the difference between traditional waterfall and Scrum. Okay, so Scrum will tell you that, you don't have to identify all of the tasks. What we just need to identify is a user story. And when we determine all the user stories, or we determine all the business requirements, or the functional requirements, or the non-functional requirements, after that, or the epics, we go from the epics to the user story. After we've done all of this, we can now sit down to talk about for the next sprint. Okay, we plan per sprint. For the next sprint, what are all the activities we need to do for the next sprint? That is how Scrum works. For traditional waterfall, which is what we're doing, is telling us, identify all the tasks needed to complete the project right from the beginning. Okay, break down large tasks into smaller activities. I'll show you work breakdown structure in the next few slides. Determine the links. That's what we call dependencies. You determine the links among different activities. Okay. Establish the most likely estimate for time duration. That's what we said. How long is it going to take us? How long is it going to take us? Those are the likely possible duration for each of those activities. Then we now allocate resources. So all of these 7 points that I've spoken about today is what we'll carry into MS Project, is what we'll carry into ClickUp, and is what we'll carry into Smartsheet and even Excel spreadsheet. Okay, you can do this also in Excel spreadsheet when we get there. Okay, all right. Then there is something called milestones. Okay, what is a milestone? A milestone is a point in time that is showing what you have done so far on a project. Okay, it's a point in your project that is showing what you've done so far on that particular project. And on MS Project, when we get there, a milestone doesn't have duration and doesn't have resources attached to it. It's just a point within your project that you can measure performance against. Okay, like we can say that, buy the rice bought. Rice bought, that is saying that, yes, we bought the rice. Okay, after a series of activities or after a particular deliverable, we have to mention a milestone on the project. Okay, I'm getting distracted because I'm trying to look for one picture of a planning session I once did a long time ago. Trying to look for that picture that I took so that I can show you how disruptive it can get sometimes. Not sure where it is. Can't find it again. Interesting. Okay, I'm sure I'll get other pictures before the class finishes. All right. So completion of an activity or deliverable. Like I said, when you complete a set of activities, you put a milestone there. I'll show you an example of that in MS Project. Why do we show milestones? You will agree with me that because we're project managers, because we're PMOs, when you're reporting to your senior management, a senior management doesn't want to see, okay, typical example, let's even put it this way, that you have a project, you have a program manager, or you have a sponsor. Okay, you have a sponsor that is sponsoring our rice project. Okay, we have a sponsor that is sponsoring our rice project. Do you think it's ideal for you to go and meet your sponsor and say, yes, we bought the rice, yes, we got water, yes, we washed the rice, yes, we got kitchen utensils, yes, we poured the rice into the pot, yes, we lit the gas, yes, we adjusted the gas, yes, we added salt and all that. Okay, that's fine. and all that. You can't be telling your sponsor that. You can't be telling the senior management that. Okay? All you just want to tell the senior management is rice ready. Okay, that's it. That's what they want to see. That's what the senior management wants. That's what the sponsors want to see. Come on, have you done the work? What work have you done? Rice ready. Okay, you have rice ready, and that's exactly what they want to see. A typical example is what I have on the screen. Feasibility study. You will agree with me that for feasibility study, there are loads of activities within feasibility study. We have, conduct survey. After conducting of survey, write feasibility report, review feasibility report, and at the end of the day, or draft feasibility report, review feasibility report, do a peer review, and at the end of the day, you will now get what we call the feasibility report house. That's a milestone. Feasibility report. That is a key milestone to the deliverable that we're working on. Requirement analysis, conduct requirement elicitation, analyze, do all of that. At the end of the day, you have requirements definition as a milestone, because that is what is telling us that we've delivered what needs to be delivered. Okay? And that goes to your prototype development, design study, requirement specifications, and all of that as well. All right. So there is something that is called the work breakdown structure. I'm not sure how many of you have heard about that before. Work breakdown structure.
I have.
Okay. Okay. What do you think it is? Anybody?
It's like a breakdown of all the work and who's doing them.
Okay. Excellent. So work breakdown structure is just the hierarchical decomposition of the project scope. Okay, you've got a project scope and you now have the hierarchical decomposition of that, just like you have your organogram. Okay, when you have an organogram, you have the CEO at the top. With the CEO, you have the COO, you have the CFO, you have the CIO, you have the CISO, and under the CFO, you have head of finance or finance director. Under head of finance, under finance director, you have the head of, you have the finance manager or whatever. You can see that is a breakdown of the organization structure. Same thing, we have a project. When you have a project at the top, we always recommend you to have a work breakdown structure of the project. Okay? When you have the work breakdown structure of the project, it's just an hierarchical decomposition, just like this. Okay? This is a work breakdown structure. This is saying, development and implementation, maintenance of management information system of a SharePoint. SharePoint is a management information system for some of you that are working on SharePoint. This is an example of it. So under this, we have some high-level activities. One, we have requirement definition that we expect the BA to undo that. Okay, the requirement definition. System design, we expect a solution architect to handle that. Okay, and you will agree with me that for requirement definition that the BA is handling, there are loads of activities.
Really?
Sorry. There are loads of activities. There are loads of activities under requirement definition that we expect the BA to go and work and come back at the end of the day with a requirement specification or with a business requirement, a functional requirement or a non-functional requirement of what exactly we want to do, or a prototype of what we expect to see, or a wireframe of what is expected. Okay. After that, we now expect, that's why we're breaking it down for the solution design. Then we have the dev guys to do the system development. We have the testers to do the testing. Then we have the cutover guys to do the documentation and implementation. Okay. So you can see that if we pick up system development, under system development, we have equipment history model. We have work order control model. We have spare part inventory control model. Under work order control model, we can still break that down again. Like I said, is the hierarchical decomposition of the scope of work into more manageable components. Okay, that is what a work breakdown structure is. This is a scope of work. We're breaking it down into more manageable components. You will agree with me that it is easier to manage the activities here than to manage the activity here, because management of all of the activities underneath here, where's my pointer? Management of all of the activities here will roll up into this, Management of all of the activities here will roll up into this, and management of all of the activities here will roll up into this. That is why we're saying, you know what, we recommend you developing a work breakdown structure whenever you're working on your project. Okay? All right. So this is a typical example of a work breakdown structure. And we go into project scheduling or project planning. Go ahead, Miracle.
So, how do we get all these requirements in developing a work breakdown structure, especially for the breaking it down into smaller parts?
Yeah, as a project manager, I don't expect you to do this alone. Remember, and I always keep saying this in every class, that you don't have to be technically inclined to be a project manager or to be a PMO person. Use the technical guys on the project. Okay? Sit with the guys. A typical example is this work breakdown structure. You're saying, if we have this on your team, as a project manager, you have a BA. On your team, you have the solution architect, you have the DevOps guys or the dev guys, you have the tester, and you have someone who is handling the implementation, or someone we call transition manager or cutover manager. They are handling that. Your guys are sitting down together and say, guys, we need to break this down. Okay? What are the key activities we need to do? At first, what are the high level activity? And they are mentioning those high level. While they are mentioning those high level, your job is to start documenting that as they are mentioning it. And after they've done all of that, they've mentioned all of that, you're breaking that. Okay, all right. BA, when we do requirement definition, you mentioned, you know what, requirement definition is key because we need to finalize that. We need to baseline that and send it to the solution architect guys to develop a design, to design that. Okay, what are the other high-level activities? The moment I start saying, you know what, yes, we need to conduct survey, we need to conduct interviews and all that. Is that no. Those are nitty-gritty of the activity. We don't need to get to that level on our work breakdown structure. Okay, those are things that will go into our detailed plan. I just want to say the high level of activities you need to do on this particular project. Okay, at that point in time. So that is how to go about it. But there are some project managers that are technically inclined that they might not need to involve all of the guys I just mentioned. They can get on their desk, review the first draft, send it to the guys to say, you know what, for a starter for 10, look at it and let's see where we are with this.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome. Okay. So a project scheduling process, like I said, we've spoken about these. Your hand is still raised. Identify activities, identify the activity dependencies, estimate the resources, allocate resources, and we can start developing tasks and phases. Okay. When we talk about tasks, there is something we call the top-down planning, and there's something we call the bottom-up planning. Okay. Top-down planning is your planning. A typical example is let's use our WBS to explain that. Top-down is saying for the development, implementation, maintenance, management, information system, we're saying, you know, we have 100 days to do that. Let's start planning with that 100 days. That is a kind of top-down planning, okay? Because we're planning from the top. We can say, no, guys, wait. Let's develop our work breakdown structure. When we develop the work breakdown structure, when we sum everything up, we will know how long it's going to take us, okay? We just don't want to pick up a blank 100 days and start distributing that, because when we do that, that is what we call the analogous estimation. Analogous estimation. We call that analogous estimation. But when we say it's a bottom up, or sometimes another example of that is called parametric. People use parametric as well. Okay. But when we talk about bottom up, a bottom up estimation or bottom up planning is saying, let's break it down. When we break it down, we can now say module testing. Module testing will take us 5 days. Code development will take us 5 days. Logic diagrams will take us 10. That's 20 days. Screen and report design will take us another 10. That's 30. Data dictionary will take us 20. That's 50. So we can see that, you know what, for the work order control module, it's going to be 50 days. We can do same thing for these guys here. We do same thing for these guys here. We keep on adding. We keep on adding. At the end of the day, we can get what exactly we think the exact duration will be. You will agree with me that this is more accurate than just giving a blank 100 days to say, you know what, 100 days for this particular project, go and use these 100 days to plan. No, we're saying that, you know what, no, let's break it down. Let's start planning from the bottom up. With these, we can have a more accurate plan, a more accurate duration, or a more accurate cost, or a more accurate resources on our project. Does that make any sense to anybody? Question. I've been speaking for 30 minutes, so I'll take a pause, and I want you guys to ask questions. All right, go ahead, Sonia.
Yeah, so I would just like to understand very well concerning the project scheduling process. So you are advising, like, if you are on this kind of case, it's better to plan like day after days, or to say, like you were giving the example now in 100 days, for instance, say like I can identify the activities, like, okay, assuming now I'm joining a new project. I don't know about, you know, the stakeholders, everything. So can I say, for instance, 5 days? 5 days, is it a lot just to identify the activities of everyone, or just 2-3 days?
So on that particular case, don't forget that you need to work with the experts on this. Okay, you need to work with the SMEs based on historical inference or based on what has been done in the past. You want to ask them, you know what, do you think 5 days will be enough for these activities, or you want us to break it down more and understand who is doing what, who is available to do that, and that is how we'll be able to get estimate of that activity. I'll give you a typical example, and I will use both of us as an example. The project that you and I are on, the issue they're having on that particular project is because they give themselves, oh, we need to deliver this in 3 years, without anybody sitting down to think about what are the key activities, what do we need, where are these vessels, where all of that, before we can start talking about, okay, yeah, it's going to be 3 years. And at the end of the day, the project has been on for 5 years. All because someone failed to sit down right from the beginning to say, let's plan this project before we start throwing dates around or throwing numbers around with the experts. Okay?
Okay.
Excellent. Bisola.
So you kind of answered the question I had, really, because I was going to ask if you, in a work environment, I guess, do you schedule appointments with the SMEs to say how long will this take, for you to then determine the duration of for each section of the project, right? But then also in a work environment, like, how could you paint a picture of how, so you're brought on a project, so what is your first I guess task as the project manager, for you to then determine who to speak to and how to come up with
yes. So yeah, and that's exactly what we've been doing. So is you're coming on the project, okay? Or you're at the planning stage. You want to start doing the plan for the project. Basically, that's your question, because when you come on a project, you're developing your project mandate. You've developed your project mandate. You've developed your your project brief, you've developed business cases, you've developed all of that, but you're now at the planning stage of a project, okay? At the planning stage of a project, there is something you need to develop, which is called the high-level plan, the plan on the page. It's just a bar based on what you have in your brief, Don't forget, when we developed our brief, guys, we had some activities and some high-level duration. We've got 3 months on that, we've got 1 month on that, we've got all of that, remember? So that is is forming the basis how we want to develop our WBS. Okay, so when you do that, you're working with a team. Don't forget, as a project manager, you're not working in silo. Okay, you're working with a team, and that's exactly what I said. When you're working with a team, you get a team into a room, or get a team into a meeting room, the high level. And what I say, the team, not down to anyone that is doing the dirty work. Okay, just call the SMEs to say, okay, the lead tester, you have your lead tester or the test manager, you have your solution architect or your senior solution architect, you have the senior B and all of that. Get them into it and say, you know what, yes, we've got this particular project. This is what we got in the brief, or this is what we have in the mandate. Can we sit down together and try to get this thing down into a meaningful place, a meaningful state, a meaningful place? Getting it down to a meaningful sense doesn't mean we're going down into the activities. No, at this point in time, what we just want to do is we just want to get a work done out. So you're working with each of them. They are SMEs in their aspect. The good example is Bisola, you're a BA. So if I ask you, you know what, for the business requirements, high-level activity, we need to develop a requirement document. A requirement document. We need to develop that requirement document. What are the activities you need to do as a BA in order for us to get to having a baseline or a signed requirement document that the solution architect can pick up and run with a design? Okay, so you're telling me, you know, oh, we need to make sure that we elicit requirement. In eliciting of our requirement, we need to do a requirement analysis. We need to develop our requirement traceability matrix, or we need to make sure that we conduct interviews. We need to do surveys. We need to look at what project has been done in the past that looks similar to that. Then with that, we can do all of that. And at the end of the day, we have a draft requirement document. After the draft requirement document, we need to send it to. So you can see that as a BA, as a subject matter expert or BA, you are giving me the key activities that you need to do within your space. I'm going to meet the solution architect. The solution architect on that particular call as well. Okay, when you get this document from Bisola, what are the key things you need to do on your project? And the guy say, no, I don't need to wait for Bisola to get that, to start my work. I can start my work earlier on by doing visibility study based on what we know, because we want to deploy MS Dynamics. So I need to start looking at the environment. I need to start looking at, okay, what exactly is a platform we're using as a solution designer, as a solution architect. You can see already they've started the work, okay? And it's telling me the high-level activities that needs to be done. I've gone to make the dev guys, the developers, what do you need? Or what are the key activities you need? I've gone to make the test lead. The test lead is saying, you know what? Yes, we need the code. We need to develop a test management strategy. We need to develop the test scenarios. We need to do user upskilling and all that. So you can see that at that point in time, what everyone is doing, and don't forget, like I said, the plan is actually the anchor of the whole project. So you have to get serious by getting everybody involved. You can't just sit down and be translating the plan and then dump the plan on the lap of everybody and say, yes, this is the plan. And you as a BA, you're looking at, no, it's going to take me 2 months to go around the organization, to elicit these requirements, to do the analysis on that, to develop the project documentation. The person that will even draft the requirement documentation, the person that will even sign off the requirement documentation needs 2 weeks to review that and all of that. So you can't just tell me this is going to take me just 1 month. No, it's going to take me 2 months. Okay, so you can see, because the project manager did not get you involved, because the PMO guys didn't get you involved, now there's a clash. So I always advise, get people involved right from the beginning, except if they are not present on the project as at the time when you're doing it. Maybe they are yet to be recruited. That is when you can assume some people, immediately they get recruited, give it to them, say, you know, this is a draft of what we're planning, we developed. Can you review and get back to me if you're okay with it, or you have a review to do on that? So you can see that is a way to go about it, for you to have something that is a draft. Then by the time you have that draft can be sent to your project board or your steering committee for ratification to say, you know what, this is our first draft of our WBS. This is what we call the baseline WBS. Okay, are you okay with that? Does this make any sense to you? They say yes, then this is a scope baseline. It makes sense. That's now what we are taking to start developing our plan to the nitty-gritty. Does that answer your question, Bisola?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay. So I was talking about relationship the other time. I was talking about relationship, links, dependencies. So I'll be using those three words interchangeably: links, dependencies, and relationships. Okay. On different tasks on a project, you will always have different links. Okay. You will have some activity that, you know what, you need to finish activity A before activity B can start. Okay. Activity A needs to finish before activity B can start. That is what is called a finish to start relationship. Okay. The next relationship is start to start. Activity A and activity B can start together, but not necessarily finishing together. A typical example is Rachel. We started with Rachel on this particular class today, but Rachel had to go and catch a flight. And that is why Rachel is leaving before, even though we started the training together, but we are not finishing together. Does that make any sense? Okay. Finish to finish is saying not necessarily starting together. Some activity can start together, but not necessarily starting together. But activity A cannot finish until activity B finishes, or activity B cannot finish until activity A finishes. So you can see that means both activity A and B must finish together. Okay. The last logic, which I've never used before, I don't even think anybody has used it before, is what is called start to finish. This one is telling us that, you know what, activity B cannot start. Activity A cannot start until activity B finishes. Don't ask me to explain that. Okay. All right. Any question from anybody on this, on planning, before we move into the practical? Question from anybody? Looks more like a boring one today, isn't it?
I'm enjoying it.
No, not really.
No, this is not boring.
Yeah, not
It's not,
really.
it's
Not
not
really.
boring at all, to be honest.
Okay.
Please,
Excellent.
victory.
Excellent. So you all might need to log in with your second device now, because we really want to go into using MS Project, and I will expect everybody to get a hand on it. Okay, because you'll be sharing your screens. Are we all ready for that? Except for Bumi. Bumi says she's at work.
Yeah, I got my computer now, but I just need to first of all add everything, and maybe later you can send me the link, because I'm using my tablet and I don't think with the tablet I can get MS Project.
No, you cannot.
Yeah, but now I have the computer. So later you can send me everything and I will pay for it, please.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Catherine won't be able to present, and one other person won't be able to present. Not sure who that is. Okay. Yeah, Adeshola said she's only using her phone today. All right, that's fine. Okay, if you have your laptop with you, can I have your hands up, please? If you've got your laptop, you're ready for me. Okay, Demilano. All right. Yeah, Miracle, Todemo, Faith, Miracle. Okay, who else? Don't tell me just 3 people. Who else is ready for me? Rich, hands up, please. Okay, Bisola says she just need a few minutes. That's fine. Omoumi cannot. All right. So I've only got 4 people if Bisola joins. Bisola joins. Who else? Now this is not nice. Not nice. Yeah, that's fine, Emmanuel. Who else? So I've only got 4 people. No. You broke my heart. I sent a message earlier on that we should all get things ready. Yeah, Funke. All right, good. Okay. Let's go back to, so let's open a new plan. Okay. Let's open a new plan. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So just come and click on blank project and just open a new plan. Okay. So let me quickly say this, and I know it's getting recorded. MS Project is a glorified Excel spreadsheet, okay, with some Gantt charts. It's a glorified Excel spreadsheet. So if you know how to use Excel spreadsheets, you will definitely be comfortable to use this, except for some little logic around it. Okay, so let me quickly say that. So it's nothing biggie. It's absolutely nothing biggie, guys. And while I'm saying it's absolutely nothing biggie, okay, thanks, Kenny. While I'm saying that it's absolutely nothing biggie, some people are actually using MS Project to feed. Just like I told you last week, that what some people are using strictly to feed is, or to work, don't let me say feed, to work, to earn a living is Visio. Just because they know how to use Visio, that's what they're using to earn a living. Same thing goes for MS Project. Okay? Same thing goes for, if you know how to use MS Project, that might just be all that you need to earn a living. They are called project planners, or they are called PMO planners, they are called program planners, and all that. You have an understanding of project management and you know how to use MS Project. Okay? All right. So on your MS Project, when you open it, these are things you will see. You will just see your task name, you see the duration, you see start date, you see finish, predecessor, resource names, and all that. Okay? When you have that, you can just type rubbish in there. When you type rubbish or you type anything in there, told him your hand is up. Do you have a question?
Oh, no, or is it low hand?
Okay. So when you type rubbish into your plan, you can see that you will definitely have that, and you have a pin. You have a pin on the other side. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to list our activities that we mentioned earlier on. Okay. Well, while we do that, let's do software. Let's do software stuff. So let me call out a few tasks for us. So let's call out a few tasks. Let's say determine project scope, secure project sponsorship, uh, develop project mandate, review project mandate, sign off project mandate, project mandate signed off. Okay. Can you type all of this? Are you able to type all of that? Anyone?
Yes, I have.
You have. Can you share your screen, please?
Yep, sure. I just want to do the last one. Is it sharing?
Not yet.
You can
I need to stop sharing.
Yeah.
I need to stop sharing. All right, share your screen, please.
Yep.
Okay. Excellent. All right. So we are all looking at Todimu's screen. at the moment, and it's got all of those activities in its plan, which is good. Now, let me quickly explain because someone is saying, why is a pin appearing? Let me explain what that pin is so that we can correct that pin now. That pin in MS Project has got two commands when it comes to your schedule. It's called what we call the auto schedule or the manual schedule. What manual schedule at the moment is on manual schedule. Manual schedule is saying, you know what, I will be the one to manually impute my days and my updates on the plan. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for me. But auto schedule is saying, you know, I will automate the process of the start and the finish date for you. What we're saying here is, so Todimu, if you put four inside duration for the determined project scope, put 4 up. Yeah, put 4 there. Just type in 4. So you can see you're putting 4 days there.
Okay. Sorry.
You're putting 4 days in there, okay? And while you're putting 4 days, this particular manual schedule is expecting you to tell me when is it going to start? When is the project going to start? What's the start date of this particular project? So the advice from me, a project management advice or a project management best practice is to always use auto schedule. Okay, how do you convert your manual schedule to auto schedule? Let's do it now. So told him, if you go to task mode, yeah, you can press that. If you go to task mode, there are 3 ways to do that.
Okay.
Go to task 1.
Task 1.
Yeah,
What's
go to the task mode, the pin.
this one?
The first
Okay.
line. The first line.
Yeah.
Yeah, go there. Check that. Turn it to auto schedule. So you can see when it turned it to auto schedule, automatically it picks up a date. It picks up today's date. Okay, because today is when we're doing the plan. It's picking up today's date. So you can see that. And it's also telling you that if you're saying that the activity is 4 days, okay, if it's 4 days, if I pick today, so that means the project is today, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday, 4 days. That's why you can see that the end date, the finish date of that particular activity is now Tuesday. Does that make any sense to you? That is what auto schedule does. Okay. So another one, you can go to task 2. Another way to do that is to go to task 2, yeah, and press the auto schedule up there. Okay, so you can see we've pressed the auto schedule. It's giving us a 1-day default, 1-day question mark as default. That's a default for MS Project. Okay, 1-day question mark is a default for that. But you know what? We don't want to stress ourselves doing this every time we create a task. Okay, one of the ways we can correct that. So told him, if you change 3, 4, 5, 6 to auto schedule, please.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, line 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, okay.
Just change everything to auto schedule. That's it. So we've changed everything to auto schedule at this point, okay? But we now want to say, you know what? Every other activities we create, and this is what I advise, the moment you open a new plan, the moment you open your new plan, do these so that you don't have to keep on changing to auto schedule or to a manual schedule. Say that, you know what, every activity we create on this plan, make it auto schedule, okay? If you go to file, go to options, down. Okay, go to schedule. Can you all follow me? You go to file, options, schedule, and if you come to the last portion, scheduling option, yeah, that's scheduling options for this project. You can see any new task created, we want to be what? Auto schedule. So if you press OK, press OK. If you create any task, put conduct needs analysis. Conduct, just type it. Conduct needs analysis. And just click enter. You can see it's now auto schedule. Because the default is what? The default is manual schedule. But because we've given that command, it is now auto schedule. Okay. So all right, let's go to Miracle. Miracle, do you want to share your screen? You say you have your laptop, right? Funke, yeah, Funke, share.
Yeah, sorry to disturb you. I just want to quickly ask,
Yes.
after we've opened the project board where we are, what's the next thing we'll do? Because immediately I type in the task mode, the ones that
Share
you
your
gave
screen.
us.
Share your screen. Share your screen.
Okay, where's that? Share my screen. There's another. Sorry, I'm trying to look for it.
That's all right. Share screen is underneath the green. At the bottom, you see share screen at the bottom.
Hmm. Oh, I find it.
Can you find it?
No, yeah. Hmm. Okay, let me just quickly say what I wanted to say. As in, I'm on the page, but as soon as I have my phone. As soon as I type the task mode, it just went to it started giving me the auto date the way it was showing on Todimos. I can't share my screen.
That's all right. Who can share screen? Anybody else?
Okay, let me share my screen.
Yeah, go ahead, Miracle.
I'm not saying.
I can't see where to share the screen. Oh.
Miracle, are you able to share?
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay. Yeah, Funke, you're sharing now. All right, good.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, type into that.
Here.
No. Task name. Type into task name. No, I didn't say timeline. Task name.
Oh, task name. All right.
Yes.
So I went to
Type into that.
determine project scope.
Yeah. It should give you manual schedule.
So
Press enter. That's it. Can you see? It's manual schedule.
all right. Okay. The mistake I was making was I was typing on this task mode.
I won't allow you to do that. So
Okay,
if you
and
go
it just
file,
went on straight to give me one date and everything like that. Okay. So now I know.
if you go to file, go to options. Go to schedule. Go to that place. Yeah.
For this
New
project.
task created. No, that one. New
The
task.
first one.
Yes, new task created. Go to the drop down.
Yeah, I have the
Change it to auto schedule. Click in there. That's it. Press OK. And every task you create from now on will be auto schedule.
okay. Thank you.
Or you can change line 4. How come you're on line 4? What happened to your 1, 2, 3? Go up. Please go up. No. Scroll up. Okay. Yeah. It's starting from line 1.
Okay, I'll just type the other ones.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Upload, secure,
Yeah, just do that.
secure.
No, you have to type determine first. Determine
Okay.
project comes first. Just copy and paste that.
Okay.
Just copy that line and paste it. Like I
Paste
said,
it into.
it will glorify Excel. Just copy and paste. Yeah.
All right.
To
Thanks.
glorify. Yeah, that's fine. No
Thank you.
problem. Who else wants to share their screen? You can stop sharing now. Yes, Miracle.
I did something on this Gantt charts.
You broke it.
No, I did something on the Gantt charts a while ago. So I was just waiting for you to introduce the topic while I show you if I was really on track. I don't know if I could show you now.
Oh, so you're ahead of the class.
No, not really ahead. Our last presentation in the demo, one of the mentors made mention of Gantt charts that I can track the process through the Gantt chart instead of using Azure DevOps to track the process. So I did something that I was trying to get his attention to review what I did. And
Is it
it
on MS
wasn't,
project? Did you do it
yes,
on
an MS project.
Yeah, show it. Show it.
Okay.
But if you're ahead of a class, we won't show it. I'll ask you to wait. But still share your screen. Who else wants to share their screen? Bisola, do you want to share your screen? Okay, Temiloran. All right, that's fine. After Miracle Temiloran, you will share your screen. For people that didn't get their laptop ready this week, please get your laptop ready next week. I really, really want you to get this. So we'll take it step by step.
Sorry, can you see my screen?
No, black screen. It's a miracle I started sharing screen. That's all right. We can sort it out together. Let's share the screen to sort it out together.
You're showing your screen sharing is paused.
Is what?
Is paused.
Yes, that's what we can see here. We can see Miracle has started sharing screen. Double click to enter full screen mode. It's just black.
Oh.
It is black. All right, maybe you try again later. Tell me, Lauren. Kindly share.
Okay.
That's true. Where's Onome today? Yep, that's it. Okay, well done. All right, let's stay with you then. Let's stay with you. Let's stay with you. All right. So for secure project sponsor, just put 1 day there. Just type in one. Just type in one. One. No. Just type one. That's it. Just put one. On develop project mandate, put 3 days. Just type in 3. That's it. On review project mandate, put 5 days there. Sign off project mandate, put 1 day. Project mandate signed off, put 0 days. That's it. Okay. Okay, so what we've done so far is we've put duration on that. And so let's try and do relationships or links now. Okay. For relationship or links, MS Project comes with a default of finish to start. Okay. So this is how to link activities together for you. Don't forget, what do we want to get? I want to get a project schedule. Okay, what we've done so far is to list the activities and also have durations to those activities. This is not yet a project plan. It is not yet a project schedule. Okay, so one of the ways to do that is, Tamilara, you can see if you go underneath the schedule, if you go to the schedule part of your project at the top, all the commands on the ribbon. If you come to your left, keep coming to your left. Yeah, that's it. So you can see that, and also you can see a ring. You can see two rings coming together like a link. Two rings. Next, beside the split, that one. Yes, that one. So you can see that's the link. That's a link button. And like I said, it's a default finish to start. So, Temilor, if you come to task 1, if you come to the first task, if you press your control button down and you click on task 2, or just highlight task 1 and 2, just highlight task 1 and 2. That's it. If you go on that link, go and press the link. Okay. So you can see it's giving you the picture of what I showed you earlier on about dependencies, links, and relationships. It's now showing you a finish to start link. Okay. It's showing you finish to start link. All right. So if you also, you can do 2 and 3 now. You can highlight 2 and 3 and do it. Okay. Highlight 3 and 4 and do it. Then yeah, 4 and 5. And yeah. Okay. Leave 7 for now. So what you can do for me as well, and I want everyone to see this, is Temilor, if you can go to, you see the line that is dividing hard column. Yeah, that's it. Draw it to your left. No, yeah, that's it. Keep drawing to your left. That's it. Leave it there. Yeah, leave it there. Okay. So what we've done so far is to link all of those activities together using the default finish to start. But let's assume that activity 1 and activity 2 are finish to finish. How do we use our finish to finish relationship on this particular task? Okay. Two ways to do it, but let's go to the first way of doing it. Temilor, okay, let's use someone else. You've done those. You've done that. Okay, let's use someone else. Who else is ready to show me? Raise your hand if you're ready to show me the screen. All right, Miracle. Go ahead, Miracle. Okay, yes, we can see you. Temilor, can you call the durations again for Miracle, please? I can't remember what I called as the duration. Yeah, Temilor, can you tell us, please?
Okay. The first one is 4 days. That's for tax
Okay.
1. Then the second one, 1 day.
Okay.
3 days.
So
5 days.
Miracle, easy. Miracle,
Yeah,
can you type 1 day for secure project sponsor, please? That's not 1 day. That's the default. Just type in 1. Just type in 1. That's it. Okay.
5 after 5, 1. 0 day. That's it.
All right. Can you link everything together now, please? So you can highlight everything. fast way to do it. I like everything from 1 to 6. I like from 1 to 6. No, 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 no. Escape. Press escape. Just highlight. Just drag down. Yeah. Use your link. Press the link. Okay. Excellent. All right. So this is exactly the same thing we saw with Terminal, right? Everyone? Okay. So Miracle, if you go on the finish to start arrow, can you see your no on your Gantt chart, on the Gantt chart?
Where?
The blue bars, on the blue
This
bars.
one?
No, on your Gantt chart. The Gantt chart is what you have on your right. That's what it's called.
Okay.
Okay. So go on that arrow, the arrow that is pointing to the start bump, to the start point. Yeah, that's it. Double click on that. Okay. So everyone, can you see what we did? Close it. Close it. Close it again. Press cancel. All right. Let's go on that arrow. Go on the arrow. Make sure it's on that arrow. Then double click. No, cancel. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's quite tricky. You have to make sure that you're on that arrow to double click. Yes, double click. That's it. So you can see the type of relationship. Okay, there's a drop down there. Go to the drop down. We said that this particular activity is finish to finish. Activity 1 and activity 2 are finish to finish. So let's click finish to finish. Okay, press that, press OK. So you can see now that activity 1 and activity 2, determine project scope and secure project sponsorship, are now finishing together. So if you look at the finish date of both, the finish date of both is now 16th of July, 16th of July. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Todimo, did you get that?
Yes.
All right, Fumi, did you get that? All right.
I'm with you though.
All right, that's fine. No problems. So this is how to add activities, and this is how to do your relationships on the plan. Okay. Who else wants to share their screen so that we can do what the next task? Who else is ready to share their screen? You mean I only have Funke, Todimu, and Miracle. Apart from Antem Lauren, apart from them, who else is ready to share their screen? No one. All right, Todimu, go ahead. Okay, good stuff. Excellent. Now, let's assume that all of the activity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all under one bucket. Okay, they're all under one bucket of project mandate. Okay, that is what we want to call that bucket, project mandate. We can actually put everything inside one bucket and say, if you click on determine project scope, click on determine project scope, the first activity, click on the first activity. Yeah, okay, yes. So if you go up, now that you're clicking on that, if you go up to insert on the ribbon, insert. Keep going to your right, to your right, keep going to your right, 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 keep going, stop. So this is your insert ribbon, Okay, when you come to your insert ribbon, you can see summary. Click on summary. All right. So type in project mandate. Okay, enter. So everyone, remember we said that all the activity now, we now have activity 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 under project mandates, right? Those are activities we need to do in order for us to deliver project mandate. Okay, how do we do this? Because when you look at these, they are not really only determine project scope is under project mandate at the moment. Okay, what you can do is highlight 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the move. Okay, now if you go up to schedule, to the schedule ribbon, to that pane, schedule, yeah, you will see one arrow pointing left and one arrow pointing right. Okay, the arrow pointing right is telling us that, you know what, we can push activities under the mom, or we can push activity outside of what we thought it was the mother. But what we want to do with all of these activities, we want to push them as a children under project mandate. So if you click the one that is going right, okay, so you can see that everything has gone under a mother that's called a project mandate. And like I said, when I was talking about the bottom-up planning, you can see what we now have now. What we now have now is telling us that to develop our project mandate, we need how many days?
13.
13 days. Because it's going to take us 4 days to determine project scope. It's going to take us 1 day to secure project sponsorship, but that 1 day to secure project sponsorship is part of the 4 days to determine project scope because they are finishing together. So we can't count it as 5 days. It is still 4 days. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So 4 days plus 3 days plus 5 days plus 1 day
13 days.
is giving us 13 days to develop our project mandate. So as a project manager, you can now see that, you know what, it's going to take us 14 days to actually develop our project mandate with a milestone. Where's our milestone, guys? That is our milestone. Our milestone is saying project mandate signed off.
Signed off.
Okay, that is a milestone we've created underneath our deliverable that is telling us that yes, it's a point we can say we've achieved something. We can measure our performance. It's our key performance indicator on this particular plan. Make sense? Like I said, it is tool we are working on. Ask any question. That's why I'm using everyone. I can just use myself. I can just use my screen to explain all of these and ask you to go and watch it. But getting you guys to work on it is giving you more understanding as we go on. Any question from anybody before we move on?
Yeah, I have a question. Sorry. Does 0 days mean that that's a keystone then?
Yes, that's a milestone.
A milestone. Okay. Okay. Oh,
That's a milestone.
okay.
Ayo,
Yes.
I want to ask. I don't really know how to ask the question, but I'll ask. If okay, you have a project and you to design some phases on SharePoint on a page, and you need to start with three of the design. It's when that three stops, that's when the others need to start.
Okay.
So how do you now connect it?
Yeah, that means the finish to start. Until you can't start until those one finishes, right?
Yes.
And that's a finish to start.
Okay.
But
So you link those.
but don't forget that we are doing a detailed plan here. Okay, so if you say design A, design B, or design C, you have a lot of activities under design A. It won't just be design A, design B, design C. There are activities that you need to list that we need to do under design A, right? And your last activity under design A to say design A approved as a milestone, that is what will link to the next activity for design B. Okay?
Okay.
Confusing? I've lost you.
Seriously.
Okay, if you're okay, let's continue. Let's just still continue with Todim. I'll show you what I'm talking about now. So we have conduct needs analysis. Let's go to draft preliminary software specification. Draft preliminary software specification.
Yep.
Develop preliminary budget. Review software specifications, stroke budget with the team. Incorporate feedback on software specifications. Develop delivery timeline. Obtain approval to proceed. Analysis complete. Okay, so let's go back to activity 8, please. Okay, insert an activity there. You can right click, 3 ways to do it. You can press insert on your keyboard. You can right click and insert task, or you can go up there to insert task. Okay, so type in analysis stroke software specification, analysis slash software specification. Okay, so when Todimo, can you expand? Sorry, I've got a terrible OCD when it comes to MS Project. I don't have it for any other thing, but for MS Project, I've got that. Can you expand? I hate double lines. Can you expand task name column, please, so that we have a single line?
Task name column. This one, okay.
Yeah, please. Better. It's more beautiful now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So on this, if you look at this analysis stroke software specification, we don't expect it to be under project mandates, but at the moment we can see that it's under project mandate, right?
Yes.
If you collapse project mandate, can you collapse project mandate, please?
Keep
going, go to the arrow beside project mandate. No, the arrow beside project mandate and press it.
This one? Oh,
No, keep going.
this one?
Yeah, press it. Okay. You can see everything is now under the mother. Project mandate as a mother. They've all gone under project mandate as a mother. But we have an activity in there that shouldn't be there. Okay. So can you expand it back? All right. So analysis software, go to analysis/software specification. Let's go and push it out. Push it out.
This right?
Yes, that's it. That's the one to outdent. Okay, excellent. So we've pushed it out. So if you collapse project mandate again, you will see that it's no more under 8. Okay. Now, everything from line 9 to 16, they are all children under 8. So can you highlight 9 to 16, please?
Sorry.
Okay, push it in. That's it. Okay, they've all gone under.
It's
All right, so we can collapse that. Excellent. Okay. Are we all on the same page, everyone?
Yeah.
Miracle, are you on the same page with us?
Yes.
Tamiloran, are you on the same page? Funke, are you on the same page?
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone, are you on the same page with us? Just give me a thumbs up if you can't speak. Oh, boring.
Yes, to some extent.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. All right. So, guys, we will stop here today. For MS Project, we've been able to insert activities. We've been able to add activities. We've been able to change our manual schedule to auto schedule. We've been able to do relationship, and we'll be able to adjust the duration, and also we've been able to do summary tasks on that. Okay. So the homework that I want you to do, told them will be expand analysis software specification, please.
Sorry.
Yes.
Before you give us homework, is it possible to quickly run through the first one that we did with Temiloran?
What was that? What was that we did?
The first one that Temiloran did, where you use the these two I don't know if you can see what I'm picking on, where you use the link under the is it the grant chart format, where we use the link thing, yeah, how we got all these what's it called, all these lines. That was the first one that
okay, auto schedule.
Yes, yes.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so
if you can just round that one as
okay, there are 3 ways. Like I said, there are 3 ways you can do it. Okay, the first way to do that, Todemu is sharing screen, right?
yes.
Okay, the first way to do that is Todemu. Okay, that's fine. I'll leave that for Todemu. Todemu, can you tell us the 3 ways we can do to do that?
So it's by going in here.
Okay.
And clicking auto schedule.
Okay.
The second way is by going in here and clicking auto schedule.
Okay.
And it told us, well, I'm not sure if they thought about, like, you go to option, then go schedule, then click on auto schedule here.
Todemu, and that is a robot way of teaching. Okay, little by little.
Okay.
No, I understand this one because that was what you did with me. I understand that
talking
one.
about is the one where you use the link icon.
The link icon to link.
I think the two arrows that are facing each other.
Okay.
And lower the grant charts.
Yeah, okay, that was the one.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I get what you're saying. So go ahead, please.
The one you use in pushing in and pushing out.
So if you want to link them together, click on this little arrow right here.
Or better still, Funke, do you want to share your screen so that we use you? Are you able to share your screen?
No, he said because so the more he's sharing, he said I can't share.
Yeah, so
Stop
the
sharing. Yeah.
Stop sharing.
Okay, I think I can now share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Not yet.
What am I doing? Okay, that's it. Okay, so this is where I am.
No, not showing yet.
I was actually
Not
Not
showing
showing.
yet.
Well,
Yeah, just hold on. Okay. Thank you.
he's saying, okay, your screen sharing is paused.
Stop sharing and share.
Okay, let me go back again.
That's all right.
Hmm.
Miracle, what did you do the other time? You had the same problem and you were able to share again.
I think the reason is I opened two files on same document.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so just if you open two files on same document, just choose one of the files. Maybe on MS project you open two files. Just close one of them. So
Okay.
Oh, yes. Tata, we can see that. Ah, okay. So it's a link you're asking for.
Exactly. So I was just listening and I was writing it down, but couldn't be doing it the same
Same
way
time.
you
That's
were
fine.
trying.
That's fine. So what you do for me is highlight 1 and 2. Highlight task 1 and 2. Click on it. Yeah, highlight. Yeah. So if you go to schedule, if you go to the ribbon, you see the link, like 2 rings together. That's it. Press it. Yeah. Okay. So you can highlight everything. You can highlight from 1 to 8 or 1 to 6. Sorry, 1 to 6. Highlight 1 to 6. That's another way to do that. 1 to 6. Yeah, that's it. Then press the ring. Okay. So activity 5 should be 1 day, not 0 days.
Oh, activity 5.
Yeah, should be 1 day. Oh, how many days? Yeah. Okay. So if you now want to change, if you want to change it from finish to start, like I said, the default for MS Project is finish to start. So if you want to change from finish to start to finish, like we did for activity 1 and 2, there are 2 ways to do it. I only taught you one way. Okay. So forget if you go on the arrow that is linking the 2 charts together. No, go to the Gantt chart, go to the Gantt chart. Yes. Go to that arrow that is linking 1 and 2 together.
They're both on.
1 and 2 here.
That's it. Go on that arrow. That's it. Double click on it.
All right.
That's it. You can change this to finish. Okay.
Give us the same date for the first one and the second one. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Another way to do it. Is press Ctrl Z, please, on your laptop. Okay. Another way to do it is to go to your predecessor, because what we're trying to do is to do predecessor and successor. Okay. So if you go to your predecessor column, can you see the predecessor column? After the finish column, you have predecessor.
Where the numbers are.
Where the numbers are. Yes, where the numbers are. Okay. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So if you go beside 1, if you type 1, go to column 2. Yes, if you type 1FF in there. No. Press escape. Press escape.
Oh.
Escape. Press escape. Yeah, press escape.
So,
Can you press escape on your laptop? That's
yeah,
it.
I've done that.
Okay. So you see that place? Yes, this place. Click in there where your cursor is. Type in FF.
FF.
Yes. 1FF. 1FF. No. Delete.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's it. 1FF. That's fine. That's fine.
FF.
Press enter. Can you say what you did by double clicking that arrow is the same thing there? This is a fast way of doing it.
Okay. So what's the meaning of the FF?
Finish to finish.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
The default, like I said, the default is what? Finish to start. So that is
Finish
why,
to start, yeah.
Yeah, that is why you're not getting anything there. So like the 221, let's do the 221, the 2, where you have 2 now, line 3. Let's put, just for example, let's put 2SS. Start to start. Put 2 start to start. It's called 2SS.
2SS.
Yes. And look at what will happen. Can you see that both activities are now starting together? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good. So time on the dot. Example,
yeah, thank you.
Assignment is for the second part we did for the analysis, software, and requirement. I want to put in relationships into that and just play around what we've done today. Okay, for everybody. And we'll continue next week. From next week, we'll do more of the activities, and also we'll do resource allocation, and we'll do some reporting and formatting. Make sense?
So we choose the days and the relationship, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tonight.
Ayo.
Yes, Miracle.
Yeah, for the last task you gave us, were you able to go through?
No, sorry. It's been a busy week for me. I used the weekend up until Monday or Tuesday to fight the hackers of my LinkedIn account. I retrieved it 2 days ago. I'm trying to still get it up to date, but they did a lot of havoc on it. They sent emails to people and all that from Singapore. So that's what I've been trying to clear, and also some other tasks. So apologies for that. But definitely this coming week, I will have time to review all the activities we've done so far, and I can get things rolling for most of us. Okay. Please for next week. Please for next week.